Hey y'all, it's Stephen Van Kampen-Lewis here at the end of May, and I've got a quick video today. It's just a couple of blooming plants. I've got a Cattleya purpurata and a Cyrtopodium flavum. Both of them are in full bloom. The Cyrtopodium has been open for, I don't know, a couple weeks now, or has been opening for at least a week or two. The purpurata opened a few days ago, and it's pretty nice. It's another one of those ones where the potting has gotten away from me, but I will catch this one a little sooner before it comes as much of a problem for me as that Cattleya lueddemanniana was. Also, Hunter is out here looking like Pikachu, and let me get the camera turned around so you guys can take a look.
Pika Pika.
Pika Pika? Are you going to take a Pika Pika look at these blooms?
Okay.
So let's start with the purpurata. So this is one. This is believe it or not, this is a young plant. This is only its second blooming. So it's in a pretty large pot and is walking out. So when I get the next growth coming off of this, I'll chop this and sell that back half. I really don't need the whole thing. And you can see that we have spotted cucumber beetles out here, and they just go to town on everything. So I've got this in my house right now to kind of protect it from the bugs, but it's a nice one. You can see it's kind of that, it's got I want to call it a Cinderosa color. There's so many different color varieties of purpuratas that the Brazilians have officially named, and it's tough to keep up, but I can't remember if Cinderosa is the name of a particular clone, or if that's actually the color variety. But regardless, it's got that nice, really nice amethyst lip with that great striping there in the middle, and then you can see a little sort of picotee there at the bottom. But these are the parents of this one, and this comes from Olompali Orchids. And Sergio Garcia over there does just such amazing breeding with the Cattleyas, and he is good friends with a lot of the really famous Brazilian growers, so his plants are just absolutely stunning. I'm pretty happy this one's blooming this year, considering the rough year that it had last year. Still such a large plant. There should be more flowers, but I'll take what I can get at this point. So it's a nice one. As always, I grow these in large grade Orchiata bark in clay pots, and I water pretty frequently, actually. During the hot season, when temperatures are above 95 degrees, I'll hit these Cattleyas every day with water. And then when it's between 85 to 95 degrees, I'll hit them every other day, and always in the evening. Water your orchids in the evening. That's my advice. That's how they grow in the wild. That's how they grow in nature. And I think they do really well that way. So the next one here is Cyrtopodium flavum. Oh, actually, I should mention the scent of these guys. This species is really nice. It's mildish. It's not super overpowering, but when you let it heat up in the sun, it gets really nice, and it smells a lot like Fruit Loops to me, which is a really nice one. So the Cyrtopodium flavum, as you can see, they grow their spikes on immature new growth, which is very typical for the Cyrtopodiums. You'll get the initial growth splitting early on in the growth cycle, and then one, of course, will turn into the blooms. The frustrating thing about growing this species outside is that as soon as it rains, and it is our rainy season here in central Texas, they get these spots, and it's just a fungal thing. It doesn't hurt the flower or the plant, but it does make it unsightly. So if you grow these outside and you get them wet, try not to, or grow them inside covered, and don't hit the flowers with water. It's a problem that I have. I've seen it elsewhere as well, but it really seems to show up on this species quite a bit. I think it's probably because the blooms are so bright yellow that any little blemish shows up, whereas so many of the other species are these sort of bronze and brown. I bet a lot of those spots kind of get lost in there when it happens. So also, again, this is a terrestrial. This is a species that does not like a dry winter rest. If you do give it a hard dry winter rest, it'll die. So put it with the rest of your Cattleyas and water it occasionally. It does appreciate some drier winter months, but it doesn't need to be nearly as hard of a winter rest as its cousins. And you can see that there's still lots of blooms left open on this. So these flowers will last a good month, or close to a month at least. I'll probably have a good 4 to 6 weeks of nicely timed blooms for this particular species. And I have bloomed it twice in a year. They don't do it right after you chop the bulbs. So I haven't cut this one up in a while, so hopefully I'll get another flush of growth and another bloom in the fall. Anyway, that's our discussion for today. Hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see you later.